मेरो नाम तुलसीदास विश्वकर्मा हो। अब यो झोडामा तपाईको माथि डाँडा गाउँदेखि भाइ स्कुलको मुनिदेखि सबै पानी आउँछ यसमा र यो पानी आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ अब यसमा केटाकेटी बुढाबुढीलाई धेरै डर हुन्छ। यसको साइडमा बारहरू त्यति साह्रो राम्रो कतिवटा जग्गा छैन। मान्छेहरूले बीचमा राति ल्याएर यसो मैला फ्याँकिदिन्छ। तपाईहरुले यसलाई राम्रोसँग कस्तो प्रकारले प्रबन्ध गरिदिनुहुन्छ त्यसको लागि म तपाईहरुसँग रिक्वेस्ट गर्न चाहन्छु।
दुःख चाहिँ यही छ, हाम्रो गाडीको बाटो छैन। दुःख बिमार हुँदाखेरि निकालेर लानु सक्दैन, सिडीबाट कसरी लानु सक्दैन। आज हामीले एकजना त्यो यहाँ बस्ने मोटी आन्टी 190 किलो रहेछ। अहिले हस्पिटल पुग्यो 190 किलोको मान्छे कसरी चाहिँ लग्यो होला बोकेर, 4 जनाले नसक्ने यस्तो प्रब्लम छ। गाडी छैन, बाटो छैन। हामीले अरू सबसे समस्या चाहिँ यही छ। हिँड्नु अप्ठ्यारो मतलब यहाँ न एम्बुलेन्स आउन सक्छ, यहाँ कहाँ गाडीभित्र हुल्नु दिँदैन कलेजले।
For more than just disposing garbage and runoff from the kitchens, and हामी आज गैरी गाउँको यो कलेज झोरामा छ, for which Upendra had made a proposal, and yesterday हिजो हामीले पुरा डिस्कसन पनि गरेको थियो त्यसको बारेमा, where the idea came from, कहाँबाट चाहिँ यसलाई इम्प्रुभ गर्ने इन्स्पिरेसन पाउनु भयो। and today the idea being हामी सोर्स यो झोराको close by सोर्समा गएर तलसम्म discussing also the ideas and proposals that Upendra has designed about how it can be done. So thanks Upendra for making the time. We are standing very near his office and his the place where he grew up, and now we'll be taking a walk up. So take us along, please.
Sure. Just before we leave, like I just want to, one thing I want to point out, it's not just me, it's like my entire office that we worked on the jhora. So I just want to point out over here, like, because we've talked about it yesterday, and maybe we can show like some of the stuff that is already going on over here. So if you see, this jhora is like a open drain, like it's a easy place for people to sort of just dump in their garbage, and you can see all the service lines which are passing through, and you can also, there's a sewage line which runs along just next to it, and you can see like the service lines. It's so like it's not organized at all. A lot of the garbage gets stuck over here, and a lot of the grey water which is coming from all the households ends up in the jhora, like so it's a pretty toxic environment over here.
This used to be a stream.
It used to be
at one time, and now we've made it into a drain. And let's see if we can give it a better makeover. So should we start from the source?
Let's go to the source.
Basically जुन चाहिँ आइडिया थियो यो,
हजुर
बिकज हामीले पहिला डिजाइनहरु हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ गैरी गाउँको लागि मात्रै, यो गैरी गाउँको कलेज झोराको लागि मात्रै डिजाइन छ। तपाईसँग कुरा गर्दै गर्दा what I'm understanding is this is actually a proposal for all the jhoras.
It's like a generic thing. It's just that हामीले यो गैरी गाउँको चाहिँ we just felt it was easier in front of our house, and then it was easier to sort of get the drawings. So त्यसको लागि चाहिँ हामीले यो pilot जस्तै गरेर गरेको थियो, but actually this can be applicable to all the jhoras that's there in the Gangtok. So हजुर,
yes, because बेसी मान्छेहरुले यो डिजाइनहरु हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ they think it's just beautification, right?
हजुर
but तपाईहरुको डिजाइनमा त there is very advanced concepts like filtration of the surface runoff, management of the service lines. I mean, this is hygienically यही पाइपबाट सबैको घरमा पानी पुग्छ हैन?
यही पाइपबाट नै पुग्छ हजुर.
Yes, like so people should probably invest more in that.
No, it's a huge task. तपाईले हेर्यो भने नि अब just to map out this lines, अब यो individual houses मा गएको छ हो. So actually nobody knows, even the owner, they might not know which pipe is theirs. So first of all, like getting this sorted is going to be like a humongous task by itself, and then and it has to be done diligently, like the calculations, how much like water they use, if you have to really streamline it, how much water like each household uses, त्यो गरेर त्यहाँदेखि तपाईको अब यहाँनेर पाइपको डायामिटर कति हुनुपर्ने त्यो गरेर then कतिवटा connections हुनुपर्ने, कतिवटा elbows हुनुपर्ने. So all that has to be calculated very well. Then त्यो गरेर चाहिँ यो चाहिँ अलग्गै separate chamber मा हालेर, which is not, let's say, तपाईँको connected to the jhora, exposed to the jhora है. त्यो गर्यो, and then actually over below this we have the sewer line running, so we can actually create one like a channel for all the services हुन्छ नि तपाईको. And then this jhora जुन चाहिँ छ यहाँनिर चाहिँ like if you see in monsoons the water levels like up till here, and it is very very dangerous. Like last time this railing wasn't there. I don't know if you remember. Yes. This railing wasn't there. Like
it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. Like it's very dimly lit during the night time. So if someone, God forbid, but then if they fall, they're gonna get washed away easily. So we are creating not just like unhygienic environment, but unsafe environment, unsafe as well.
You had incidents, right? पहिला त accidents भएको. I mean,
हजुर.
son had fallen right there and got stitches on his head.
Oh.
But that was his mistake.
And if you see, can you see the little bit of scouring that is happening already? So it's not been designed well. So the water comes over here, hits the surface, and then it tends to like take that. I mean, it erodes the concrete, and then that's where like a lot of things get stuck over there, and then it doesn't come out. We have to sort of redesign it. Like we have to sit down, break our heads, and along with them, like before we cover it up, actually, we have to sort this out. Then only we can cover it up. Otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare. But if you do cover it up, just imagine the amount of space that you get over here, like just amount of space that you get, like public space. It's like a huge, like a grand street that you'll have in the middle of like the neighborhoods. So this is like immediately going to improve, like I think, like the quality of life of this neighborhood. There's going to be opportunities for economic activities. People can open up shops or restaurants. A lot of like college students who are staying over here. So it might be a really nice and vibrant sort of environment.
A lot of the people who live here are college students, right? And okay, college campus are वहाँहरुको लागि, but in the evenings they don't have any space. Do they have any space?
They don't have any space. Yeah. The campus is also like kind of like locked. Yeah. So I don't think so. We've also displayed like some of the sheets for people to sort of just like see the possible.
Has there been any response to this? I mean, these people. I mean, yo batoma kati manche hinsa every day. Have you received any?
I haven't received anything. Asti, one guy told me, "Hey, you put up this like it's nice." But beyond than that, I mean, he didn't say anything. So, but I've seen like few people like taking their time out and then reading this little bit. But I think this is a little bit text heavy and English kind of thing. So maybe alikati more visuals and alikati easy for everyone to understand better. That's my criticism of the sheet.
I was thinking, because if you have this,
there,
I mean, this is for public display, which is good.
This
didn't exist earlier. If you improve it even better. But even if there was a phone number in which people could get feedback.
I
mean, even if they say, well
that's
done,
a good idea.
I like the idea. Because this, at least for the young people who live here, will be so exciting.
Yeah.
This place doesn't even have lighting, no? Street lighting?
It doesn't. Like during the night, it gets very like, there are places where individual houses have sort of like been kind enough to sort of give some light. But other than that, like I don't think there isn't any street lights as such.
That'll be interesting to see. तपाईँले भन्नुभएको जस्तै there has to be so much interdepartmental coordination हुनुपर्छ यो कुरामा.
हजुर.
Do you sometimes feel worried that this is too much of a challenge?
I do worry that it is too much of a challenge. But then at the same time, I'm kind of hopeful because I know it's not impossible. If we get our heads together, everybody gets together, all the engineers, we calculate things properly, diligently, we should be able to do it. But it's just that it'll require a lot of effort. And also this is like this situation is not there in, I mean, it is there in Darjeeling and Kalimpong, but then this kind of intervention has never been thought of or never been like done before anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, there has to be like a serious infrastructure overall. Like you're talking about like we can't just look at jhora in that particular jhora in isolation, because yeah, there are other things which are also contributing to that jhora, you know. So how do we look at things holistically? And like sometimes as designers, you tend to like be blinkered, yeah. So, and that's where like I think public participation helps, you know, because then someone or the other, in my experience of public participation, people generally point out things which you haven't thought of, and then that makes so much a difference in the design, you know, when you're incorporating that, because that becomes the basis of on which you'll be like designing, right? So if your problems are laid out very like broadly and like from different angles, so then you can like try and address all the problems, you know. And in fact, like by addressing those problems, you might find like many opportunities. There's so many discoveries on the way, you know. Oh, you could do this, like you could actually make this really work well, you know. So yeah, I think public participation, I would still stress on that.
So हामी फेरि अब कलेज झोराको सोर्समा आइपुग्यो, where जुन चाहिँ माथि barbed wire हेर्नुहुँदैछ, that marks the army area. त्यहाँदेखि तल चाहिँ, let's say this is अब गैरी गाउँको कलेज झोराको beginning in the civilian area, and it's a Sunday after Christmas and we've got some hymns happening in the background that can only be good. Lots of prayers required to save the state of jhoras and Gangtok, so that should be nice. So yes, Upendra, could you just walk us through? You were saying something about how clean it is here.
Yeah, like the fact that there's very little habitation up there, so somehow like the jhora over here seems to be much more cleaner than the ones down there. But as soon as like the habitation starts, like all the mess starts to happen, you know. You can like easily see this.
Which is, if it's probably not related to what we are discussing, but if you look at it, yeah, mathi bada pipe, there's a few pipes, right?
Few pipes, Hazar.
And then suddenly from here,
Yeah,
within a foot, and you look down,
yeah.
it's like the jumble begins. So, I mean, actually we didn't need any evidence that we are spoiling the jhoras, but like you said, the moment habitations begin,
Yeah.
the jhora dies.
Only Hazar. Yeah.
जुन चाहिँ तपाईले भन्नुभएको छ नि, so to cover it up, right?
Hazar.
Cover up these areas so that it discourages dumping.
Yeah, Hazar one.
In this area, you probably don't need a walkway. It could come up actually.
It could come up, yeah. It could come up, no? Like you have like a nice access to the road down there.
Have you had discussions, or like engineers, let's say?
Hazar.
Have you discussed with engineers or town planners your concept about? So what would be the challenge to begin with? Okay, like interdepartmental and all that is there.
Hazar.
Let's say physically pulling off something like this is how challenging.
First,
Let's say the government says, okay, here.
yeah, as we speak, there's some like serious like stuff coming out like over there. Hazar. Yeah. I mean, I would think like first would be the will. Like everybody should be on board with that idea. Should feel like it can be done. I mean, I don't see any reason why it can't be done. But then I'm sure there will be a lot of questions, and then we can address it. Like we can brainstorm together to come up with solutions. That's one. Another would be like every time we talk about something, funding comes into play. Funding is like, how do we fund this? Like who funds this? Like and to be honest, it might cost a lot of money, you know, to actually overhaul this properly. So funding, we can look at various models. I'm sure like there will be a lot of grants that will be available who are like value aligned, like in that sense, like organizations, the NGOs might be interested, and a lot of these corporates also have CSRs, they might be interested. So and another would be crowdfunding, like you know. So that's one thing we can actually explore different models.
Why can't the people get together and say, we'll put in the money, right? We'll put in the money and see how far we can take it as an experiment. But like तपाईले भन्नुभएको जस्तो, that might be a good place to begin, but like you really can't, like crowdfunding will not be able to
no, crowdfunding yeah, not the whole project, definitely not, but crowdfunding can help like do a better study तपाईको हुन्छ नि, like we can get consultants whose fees won't be that much, and crowd can fund that ni, and then once the report is there, and then we can approach like larger agencies for proper funding.
If you were told, okay, now take this forward,
Okay, so first of all, I would do like a large public participation. I would begin, right, like consulting public. Okay, what do you guys think? And a lot of things will emerge from that. And maybe there are points which we've missed. There are points that needs to be addressed, more pressing. So all that stuff will come out, and then we refine that idea, and then probably like source for fund or look for funds, and then like do a study, and then again present it to the government, or if the government is willing to endorse this idea, they can fund the study themselves and then take it from there. But then everything has to be done in consultation with the public, and then it need not necessarily just be this particular jhora also. Like it could be anywhere, like any community from any neighborhood can actually take up this idea, and then they can do it on their own. But I would request that if you are doing something like this, please make sure like it has been done diligently. Otherwise, it can go other ways also, you know. So, and the idea might just fail right there, you know.
Starting देखिने, like let's say the government says we're going to do something about it.
यहाँ के गर्नु पर्यो पहिला?
यहाँनिर चाहिँ in the sense like this is also where everyone comes out. This is a very dangerous place, you know. It's very close to the road. We can actually create a nice landing over here where people can come and then like even wait. There are a lot of like people who are waiting for taxis and all. We can actually make like a nice platform over here where people can wait for the taxi, and then have it like this stair can go all the way till there, and then sort of like take it down. But then like I said earlier, I've been repeating myself, like this underground, whatever is happening underground needs to get figured out first.
हाँ, so let's say for now, अब यहाँदेखि तलको जुन चाहिँ let's say your plan is कि figure out भयो हाम्रो, त्यो बनायो, line सबै बनाइसक्यो. Now you're saying your stairs चौडा हुन्छ, and यहाँ चाहिँ a little landing where people can wait.
Yeah, also.
Okay.
So, and then if we can talk to the building owners, we can even like try and see if we can have like a covered like waiting area kind of thing also, you know.
That will be lovely.
Yeah, because it's it's raining all the time, and that's one thing. But then essentially like you create this, if you look down, you create this like nice public plaza for people to comfortably walk in a let's say much more hygienic sort of like and safe sort of environment. That's one. And in between pockets, you know, there can be like a lot of like nooks and corners for the kids. There can be places where the elders can sit and like interact. And at the same time, I feel like I said earlier, like this street can be much more vibrant. At the moment, it's all dead, you know, because all the buildings are not facing towards the jhora. So maybe like once the street comes, the buildings can face towards the streets, you know. So it becomes much more vibrant, and I think that's one. So the road is up here.
Yeah.
In an event of fire down there, there's no way like a fire truck can reach or a fire pipe can reach over there. So you already have a jhora which has like water in it, and then it's just a question of making a tank in between at various places, and then like you take fire hydrants inside, you know. So we can go down and maybe see like where are the possibilities. That's one.
No, because just to kind of interject there, like these stairs are like of course much manageable now than 10 साल अगाडि भन्दा त निकै राम्रो भएको छ. But what you are saying, त्यो अलिक if it's covered, if it's wider, even bringing patients out would be, I mean, who knows, maybe even a wheelchair thing can be there where people can be wheeled out.
If you put
Because
a
this
nice
is
railing.
यहाँबाट त गोदरेज अलमिरा लानु पनि साह्रै पर्छ हैन?
साह्रो पर्छ. In fact, like
at this spot,
when my father passed away, we had a difficult time getting his dead body out over here, you know. So that's something that a lot of neighborhoods I've seen, like I've interacted. They said that these places are so small, you can't take out the dead body also, you know. So yeah, I mean, like for like such.
And what do you call these things? I mean, this is what, like right now, what not dead space, but it's unutilized real estate,
it's
right?
It's completely unutilized. And the thing is, this is the only space that belongs to the government in a way. So, public space in some sense. Otherwise, like every other space is like privately owned, right?
So, तपाईँले भनेको अनुसार we'll have a landing space here.
Yeah,
Ideally, we can have it covered.
yeah.
Because you live here, I've lived here, I've had my office in this area.
Yeah.
Pani पर्दाखेरि crossing the road is impossible.
It's impossible.
Waiting on the road is also निकै problem पर्छ है. In fact, I would say that you should put this kind of 3-foot barrier in front also on the ground so that the splash doesn't come to the people. But त्यो त पछिको कुरा. But yeah, I think that's an interesting idea to have.
Yeah.
To have some space for people, and it's a nice way to begin, right?
Yeah.
The college jhora journey. So we come down, and yahaदेखि चाहिँ let's just suppose that we figured out, okay, pipeहरू सबै like channel मा हालेर pack गरिसक्यो. We just talking about के हुनु सक्छ यहाँ.
Another thing I like you pointed out, no, there could be a possibility because there is this technology where in the railings itself you can attach like a lift, you know, which goes in an inclined way. So patients, there are a lot of patients, there are a lot of old people who can't walk this long flight of stairs. So they can, so we can provide that kind of services also for them. If that's maybe very wishful thinking, but it's not possible. So there are technologies in place.
That's a very interesting digression that we're having here.
Yeah.
त्यसको लागि त अब यो beautification चाहिएन नि.
Yeah.
That is something that they can try as it is, right?
As it
in
is
every
also.
area.
Yeah,
every area. Which would be such a fascinating thing to try out. I mean, what do they need to do? Put a new bar.
Yeah, new bar. Yeah.
New bar and with a clamp on or whatever.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, that's an interesting one. So yeah, discussions on jhoras can lead to so many more interesting options.
Look at this, now this grey water.
Yes.
Building is it's not been well thought through. It's on the road itself.
Yeah, I mean the least consideration in the absence of any options. Pipe, if the pipe अलिक अझै लामो भएको भए बाटोमा त नझर्ने नि है. कि त पानी अलिक बेसी छोड्दिएको भए, it would have just.
Yeah.
So, like you were saying, this your railing थिएन है पहिला?
अस्ति थिएन, yeah, it was broken.
It was broken.
Yeah.
It didn't. त्योभन्दा अगाडि
I know it was there.
Okay.
So you can see the pipe. It was a very flimsy sort of pipe like this, and yeah, it was just broken. Like somebody just kicked it or something. I don't know. Patch is lined over here.
You're from this area. Like just twisting everyone here and saying that. Somewhere there that is born?
Yeah, this is the building. There was no building here. All fields, open fields.
The college to gate लगाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ उपेन्द्रले suddenly realized that kids don't have grounds and basically we got to recover.
So this, the place where the story began for Upendra, I guess, is a good place to kind of for us to finish our walkabout of the college. Yeah? So thanks a lot, Upendra. All the best with this, and hopefully more people will pick up on the idea and build it even further. And we can expand it to all of them.
Yes.
It's primarily the idea, right? The Gangtok line. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.